Welcome. Today we're going to take a look at what a writer's notebook is and how to get one started. So in a writer's notebook, this is really a collection of all the things. So this is a place that is totally casual. You can do this on paper, you can do this using an app of some kind, or you can use your computer program. And this is where you just put everything. So your thoughts, passing ideas, creative inspiration, maps, questions, song lyrics, anything that comes to mind, you can put it into that writer's notebook. Now, many professional writers suggest keeping a writer's notebook because it helps to have a place where you're just putting things. A couple of years ago, I went to hear Neil Gaiman speak. He did a presentation downtown, went to go hear him, and he talked about his writer's notebook as his compost pile. And if you've ever done gardening, you know with your compost pile, you're putting your bits and pieces. You're putting in your the edges of your vegetables. You're putting in your potato peels. You're putting in leftovers, things like that, right? It's all these like little things. So it's nothing that's necessarily completed. It's not that your writer's notebook is necessarily going to have completed poetry in there, although that is a possibility. But it's really the space where you're composting. You're putting all these bits and pieces of creative information. Now, why would you do this? Many different reasons. One, it allows for processing time. So if you've got a place where you're dumping your ideas, now you can have that time to think about it before you decide what to do with it. Two, it's an informal space, so it's nothing that you're necessarily sharing with another person. So it can be very informal. You can write it just to yourself. It's portable and flexible. So there aren't necessarily a lot of rules around a writer's notebook, particularly the writer's notebooks we keep for ourselves. And it's a place for ideas to collect and for writers to make connections between those ideas as you're working. Now, here's an example of a very specific page on Charlotte Bronte's writer's notebook. Now, you can see here that she's got a variety of different things. Yes, she does have writing, but she's also got some drawings, and it looks to me as though she did some kind of watercolor painting on top of those drawings too. So we've got a variety of different things here, and let me show you too her sister Emily. We have a page out of Emily's writer's notebook here. You can see that it's dated, looks like 1834. You see here she's got a diagram, a drawing here of how people are broken up there, around that space. It looks like it's around a table. And then she's got writing. And look at how the writing is on the side of the page, but it's also on the top and bottom. So she's taking that writer's notebook, she's turning it around, and she's making it work for her as she's taking ideas and just kind of dumping them into this writer's notebook. Now, for the purpose of course, writers should keep a writer's notebook. This can be paper or digital, it doesn't matter. Personally, I recommend a paper notebook. I think that you can do more with it. I think it allows for options that you don't have with digital. And this writer's notebook will include weekly activities that we'll be doing together.